Greetings everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing another Monday Night Raw review, and today's episode of Monday Night Raw was not as good as last week's. While I did enjoy last week's, this one wasn't as good. Once again, the women seem to carry these shows. That's how I look at it. The women tonight really carried the show tonight for me. Because here's the thing. Usually whenever it comes to me, you know I like the women's division more than the men. I care more about the women than the men. But other than that, yeah, that's really all I can really give off. Raw kicked off with Seth Rollins and his new faction, Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. It hasn't been given a name yet. But, Seth Rollins proclaims he is building the future of the industry, himself and Braun Breaker. Sami Zayn interrupts because the one thing about Sami Zayn's character I really don't like is that he likes getting involved with everything. Last week, it seemed like he was possibly getting involved with some kind of storyline with Jay Uso, but now this week he's now getting involved in this. This is the thing about Sami Zayn's character I don't like. He just interjects himself into anything. He just interjects himself into every kind of storyline. That's the problem with Sami Zayn's babyface character. He always just gets involved in everything. And apparently this is supposed to make him likable, but it's whatever, I suppose. Seth Rollins gives him an ultimatum to leave SmackDown, and so then he can get an opportunity against John Cena and Randy Orton. He will face the winner of that. But Sami Zayn sees that as bullying, which we'll get to at the end of the show. The show kicked off with Roxanne Perez, the first match on the card, I should say. Was Roxanne Perez and Rhea Ripley. These two had a fine little match. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it was fine for what it was. Problem number one is Roxanne Perez was given the jobber entrance treatment, where she was already in the ring after the commercial break. If you're trying to build up Roxanne Perez as the next future star of the company, that is not how you do it. By giving her the jobber treatment. Jobber entrance treatment. The match ended by disqualification when Julia got involved. Yeah, this was the ending I fully expected. This was kind of the ending I fully expected was going to happen. I know a lot of people were saying Roxanne Perez should defeat Rhea Ripley. While I would not have been against it, I knew this was going to be the outcome, because to me, Rhea Ripley is someone that Triple H protects quite a lot. She's someone that Triple H really does know how to protect. So, while I agree, I think Rhea Ripley should be taking some losses every now and then. However, it is great that Rhea Ripley is finally wrestling on television. This has been my biggest complaint so far, that Triple H barely ever has her wrestle. So, it's nice that Rhea is finally actually wrestling on TV for a change. Big negative here. After that, we had Logan freaking Paul and Jay Uso. I do not know why Triple H thinks everyone wants to see a Logan Paul Jay Uso match. Imagine after having Jay Uso finally become world champion, your first decision of giving him his first person to feud with, you choose Logan Paul. I don't understand. I wish Triple H would get it through his head that people don't boo Logan Paul because he's a good heel. We boo Logan Paul because he's genuinely one of the most unlikable people on the face of the planet. But to him, he's like, oh, people boo this guy, so therefore he does great at his job. He doesn't. He's not great at his job. He's not a great heel. He's genuinely unlikable. And I hate when I hear people say he's a good wrestler. He's not. He's a bum. He's a loser. He's a loser from YouTuber, just like me. I'm a loser that's on YouTube. Everyone is. But, again, Logan Paul, he just uses his YouTube fame just to get a push. If Logan Paul was not a YouTuber, and if he had to proceed through the grind like what a real wrestler would, he would not make it very far. But he's only where he is because of his YouTube status. And no one can deny me, and no one can say I'm wrong. He's only in this position because he's a celebrity YouTuber. If he wasn't any of those things, he wouldn't even be anywhere near professional wrestling. But again, I don't understand why Triple H continues to push this guy and shove him down the fans' throats. Listen, we do not boo Logan Paul because we hate him. We don't boo him because he's a good heel. We boo him because we genuinely hate this guy and he's genuinely unlikable. The New Day were on commentary as the War Raiders took on Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Finn Balor seemed a bit annoyed that he didn't know about JD McDonough come back. Look, I'm kind of tired of this long-term storyline with the Judgment Day because they've been doing this ever since Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest pissed off. Like, come on, man, just pull the damn trigger already. We know Finn Balor's going to get kicked out. We know Finn Balor doesn't like that Dominic's trying to take over the Judgment Day. He doesn't like that Liv and Dom are hiding things from him that he needs to know, considering he's the quote-unquote leader. He's basically in the same position. Finn Balor is basically in the same position that Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were in last year. Like, I don't understand why every single storyline needs to be dragged out for 6 to 9 months. Something like this shouldn't be dragged out for too long. But Triple H just loves his long-term storytelling, and he just loves booking feuds that go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Until people get utterly sick of it. Until people get utterly sick of it. Then after this, we get the man, Becky Lynch, cutting her first heel promo explaining her actions. Now, this may be unpopular opinion, but I really did enjoy this promo. Becky, obviously, we all knew she was the one that attacked Bayley. I mean, even a 2-year-old, even a 5-year-old would have known that. But Becky then goes on to say that you should not be calling her the bad guy. Bayley has been bullying her since 2019 and all that stuff. Bayley turned heel late in 2019. I don't think she means all of 2019, at least I don't think, because Bayley was a babyface in the first half of 2019, but regardless. But yeah, Becky has said that Bayley never apologized for any of the bad things she ever did to her. And she hated that Lyra Valkyria. And she hated that Lyra Valkyria was hanging out with Bayley. And all that. So, and all that. Considering Bayley has always been a bully. See, this is the thing. When Bayley's been a heel for so long, you don't get wrestlers, you know... You then get wrestlers being all like, why are we all of a sudden now trying to act like Bayley's a good person? See, this is what I'm talking about, why I said Bayley's heel run was so impactful. If Bayley's heel run was that impactful that people like Becky Lynch still hates Bayley, Bianca Belair still hates her, like, this is why I'm saying it's best that people don't just automatically become friendly with each other because people turn babyface. But yeah, I think Becky's explanation was great here. And she did get booed a few times in this segment as well. And I know there's going to be some people want to be denial and not say she didn't get booed, but she did. If you actually listen, she actually did get booed. And no, they were not fake piped-in boos either. They were not fake either. They were genuine boos. She got booed when she was telling the fans to not consider her the bad guy in this story with Bayley. And when Lyra Valkyria came out, she said that she didn't want to believe the stories about Becky Lynch being a kind of person that would backstab you. She said she never bought into the stories that Bayley and all those people told her that, oh, Becky's a backstabber. She will stomp on your throat and she'll get ahead of you. Lyra never believed those stories because she looked up to Becky, but now she has seen it with her own eyes that everyone was telling the truth about Becky. She then challenged Becky to have a match with her tonight in Kansas City. Becky denied it and got booed. She said that the man will fight on her own terms, not in this dump called Kansas City, and got booed for it. That is the second time she got booed. Whenever you talk shit about a city, you're always going to get booed, regardless. Like, you're always going to get booed for it regardless. But still, it's progress. It's progress, which I'll get to soon. And then they had a little mini brawl. Becky backed off. You know, this is like a technical thing that heels always do. Lyra was celebrating until Becky came back and attacked her from behind and got booed yet again. So Becky got booed for a third time after jumping Lyra from behind. There are certain things that I need to mention here. And also, I guess I should quickly mention because I feel like I forgot about it. When in Rhea's match, when there was a DQ, Io Sky came out and gave Rhea the assist. I just felt I needed to quickly mention that because, again, some people might be like, "Oh, you forgot something," you know. Anyway, so the thing with Becky here, the last two times she was a heel, like under Vince McMahon, she could never get booed no matter what. Like, no matter how hard they tried, they could not get her to get booed. But the fact that Triple H has turned her heel, and on her first night as a heel, she got booed several times, is actually quite telling. And I think Triple H actually deserves a little bit of credit here. Because hey, Vince McMahon tried for years to get Becky booed, and it failed every single time. But one little detail that I did not like Becky doing in her promo was starting off with her same old, "the man has come around to insert town." I do not think she should be saying that as a heel, because that is the kind of thing that garners face reaction. Telling the audience that you've come around to a certain town tends to get babyface reactions. So I think Becky should kind of cut that out and not do that anymore, to kind of show she doesn't give a shit about the people. If she doesn't care about the people, why would she acknowledge them by saying, "Hey guys, the man's here in your city"? If she doesn't care about the fans, then I think she should kind of cut that from her promos and not say that anymore, especially since she's a heel. And I think this segment was very well done. And I think this could be the year we finally see true heel Becky Lynch finally come out. And it's been, I think we're off to a decent start with Becky Lynch. She got booed a couple of times. Not trying to say she didn't get cheered at all. Of course she got cheered. There were times she did get cheered. But I'm just pointing out the times that she actually did get booed. And I think that is very, very important as well. Several other things took place on the show, and I couldn't really care all that too much about, like Penta getting in Chad Gable's face. Penta ultimately did help the War Raiders defeat the Judgment Day in a tag match. That was kind of lame. Again, I'm kind of done with the Judgment Day at the moment. And then we get to Stephanie Vaquer. She has a match with Ivy Nile. Quite a competitive match, and Stephanie Vaquer ultimately wins. I don't know if she's officially called up yet or not. I know there's rumors that Roxanne and Julia are getting called up, but if Stephanie Vaquer is being called up, I hope they put her on SmackDown, because having her on Raw as well as Roxanne and Julia alongside Becky and Bayley and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, that is just way too many. That is just way too many big names. So I think they need to trim it down a little bit when it comes to the top level superstars. They had Rusev cut a promo. I'm sorry, I just don't care for Rusev. I just don't care for Rusev. I never really ever did care for the guy. He's one of those guys I'm not really all that thrilled about being back. He's not someone I wanted to see back, but, you know, it is what it is. And the main event was the whole thing with Sami Zayn. I think we all knew he was going to say no to Seth's offer. Bron Breakker comes out. He and Sami kind of have a match after this. I don't know why, but okay. They have a bit of a match after this, after Sami refusing Seth's offer. And Bron Breakker just basically beats the shit out of him. He beats the crap out of him. He beats the piss out of him and beats him to a pulp. And ultimately wins the match by technical submission, where Sami Zayn could not fight back. This is one of my biggest problems so far, is that, like what I mentioned with Becky Lynch, bringing up the fact that she got booed several times, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker have not gotten booed a single time. They have not gotten booed a single time. When Seth cut his promo, when he mentioned CM Punk's name, CM Punk got booed. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. Why are they, what's with the American crowds? They're so weird. But yeah. So basically, Bron Breakker just continues to beat the piss out of Sami Zayn after the match. And one of the things I did not like, and yes, this did happen with Becky Lynch last week, and I'll mention it before people think I'm being biased here. I will bring it up because it happened with Becky too. When Bron Breakker continued to beat up Sami Zayn, the crowd were chanting, "One more time, one more time, one more time." Now, as a heel, you shouldn't be obliging to what the fans want. But Bron Breakker did oblige to what the fans wanted, and he speared Sami Zayn one more time, and he got cheered for it. The fans chanted one more time again. Braun ran out of the ring, ran around and speared Sami Zayn again. Here's the thing, as a heel, you should not be obliging to what the fans want. Seth Rollins would then also curve stomp Sami Zayn. So, back to Becky. Like this week, she got booed several times. Last week, what I just mentioned before with the one more time chant, this did happen with Becky Lynch last week, where she delivered multiple manhandle slams to Lyra Valkyria, and then the crowd chanted one more time, and then Becky walked back into the ring, and then gave Lyra another manhandle slam before leaving. I will tell you, I am not a fan of that. If you are a heel, you should not be listening to the crowd. You should not be giving the people what they want. As a heel, it is your job to garner heel reaction. And that is why I praised Becky this week. Because Becky did not cater to the audience. She did not give them what they wanted, and she got booed for it. She got booed for denying a fight with Lyra on Raw. One thing, so, yeah, I think this is going to be the biggest problem for Seth and Braun's faction, Seth's faction with Braun, because the crowd really liked them. Like, unlike Becky, when she got booed tonight, the crowd just showered Seth and Braun with cheers and singing and barking. So, I feel like they're not doing a good job as heels, in my opinion. And it might, like, look, I'm not saying fans aren't allowed to cheer heels. But again, this is Triple H's fault. This is all on Triple H. Sometimes this is really on Triple H. He's been the one that's been going on all year about how WWE is fake. Everyone are just characters. You know, everything's kayfabe is dead. You know, we're fake and all that. So the fans are just basically just cheering whoever they want because Triple H told them they're fake. Told the fans, hey, we're all fake. This is backfiring on Triple H. It's backfiring heavily on Triple H, just trying to tell the fans, hey, WWE is fake. When everything we do is all scripted. I feel like this is going to backfire heavily on Triple H. He has killed the illusion of what makes wrestling great. He's killed the illusion of what's supposed to make wrestling. And I think this is the biggest problem for me. This was an issue that I had, a few of my friends had, and other YouTubers had when Triple H mentioned it. I'm not a fan of that at all. And I think that is what is killing a lot of the heel turns. Because the crowd know, oh, well, it's fake, you know? Everyone knows it's fake because Triple H keeps telling us it's fake. So they will still cheer them regardless because they know, oh, it's all fake. They're just playing a character. So I feel like Triple H should never have done that. He can't take it back now, but hey, hey, he also told us all to F off and just enjoy the product. So he genuinely just doesn't care. So he genuinely doesn't care if he's ruining the illusion of wrestling since he told us all to shut the F up and just enjoy the show. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that really quickly as well. And also they announced Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the IC title. And they also announced freaking Pat McAfee versus Gunther at Backlash. I mean, look, Pat McAfee's a great commentator, but I do not care for this whatsoever. This is just flat out stupid. This is just flat out stupid. Who wants to see Pat McAfee versus Gunther? You want to rebuild Gunther? Like, Gunther should destroy Pat McAfee in about 3 seconds. Or, not just 3 seconds, but just dominate him, period. Like, I feel like if Gunther struggles to beat Pat McAfee, it's going to hurt him even more. So, in my opinion, Gunther should just flat out destroy Pat McAfee in a matter of minutes. So, there's that too. So, that's all I've got for this Raw review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll see you all next time.